Hey, this is Anthony Cesari with SuccessForYourSongs.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about how you can take overused metaphors and turn them into new ideas, and we'll be looking at a cool example of a song that does that so you can see exactly how to do it for yourself in your own music. So the use of metaphors can be a really powerful tool in lyric writing. Pat Pattison has a great description of metaphors in his book, Writing Better Lyrics. He says, in its most basic form, a metaphor is a collision between ideas that don't belong together. So this is kind of that simplified description of a metaphor that your English teacher was always looking for. In other words, good metaphors tie together the essence of two otherwise separate ideas. So for example, in the Bravery song Believe, they open that song with the line, "The faces all around me, they don't smile, they just crack." So the idea of someone whose face is so rigid that even if they attempted to smile, their face would start to crumble is a great new way of looking at this. It's a collision of two ideas that don't otherwise belong together. And those two ideas are, one, people who don't smile, and two, the cracking of something rigid. So it found their common ground and tied them together nicely. And as a result, we get this very visual line, which is crucial when writing lyrics, since it's an audible-only medium when we're hearing a song. Another line that works well in the same way is from the song Shake It Out by Florence and the Machine. That song opens with the line, "Regrets collect like old friends." So I'll let you do your own analysis of that one, but that one's another cool metaphor as well. So let's talk about being original versus being cliche. So what's cool about these lines that we just talked about is that they're giving us a brand new way of looking at something which we would have never considered before. So some metaphors are so good that they end up being overused by everyone, and as a result they lose their meaning. Probably the mother of all cliche metaphors in songwriting is the phrase "broken heart." We all know what it means because we've heard it so many times, but since it's so familiar to us, we don't often stop to think about the metaphor that's there. That idea of an actual heart being torn in half would be a pretty cool visual if it wasn't so familiar. So sometimes we just can't avoid using cliche phrases. I mean, I just used the phrase "the mother of all" a few seconds ago. So, I'm guilty of it too sometimes. But when we're writing songs, you want to include fresh ideas to keep your listeners interested in what you're saying. If you think about that movie Inception, spoiler alert, but a movie like that where you find out that the end might be a dream is certainly a cliche by now. I mean, that idea has been done countless amount of times in movies. But you can argue that Inception built this entire movie around making the idea of a possible dream ending completely work and not feel cliche. And it put that cool twist on this old idea. So similarly, in songwriting, if you're compelled to use cliche phrases in your lyrics, I'd recommend giving them a new meaning. And we'll look at an example at how to do that. There's this song called "Break Even" by The Script. So, like I said, this idea of heartbreak was once a cool image, but it's been just beaten into the ground. Well, there's another cliche for you. By countless other songwriters, poets, movies, books, family members, you name it. So with that in mind, I'd like you to go check out the first verse of the song "Break Even" by The Script, and I've included a link for you. It'll either be right on this video or in a link below the video, and that'll open up in a new tab for you. So just click that and just read through the first 8 lines of lyrics. It's just those first 2 paragraphs there. That'll be the first verse. And then once you do that, come back and then we'll talk about them. So just pause this, do that, and then come back. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. And now once you read through those lyrics, you'll see that it's clearly established in the first 3 lines of each of those first 2 sections. So basically lines 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. It's established in those lines of those sections that the lead singer is the one who's suffering throughout the breakup, and his ex-girlfriend isn't as much. So then, after that idea is presented, then we're presented with that remodeled cliche in the last line, when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even. So what happens there is really cool. It took that old phrase, heartbreak, which typically has no imagery associated with it these days because of its overuse, and they put back the imagery by adding that line, it don't break even. And then all of a sudden, you can picture a heart broken in two pieces with one much bigger than the other. So we have this visual again because of a clever twist on an old worn out classic. And it's set up nicely by the verse lines that precede it, because they carefully spell out that he's been hurting more than her. So had those first three lines not established that this is in fact an uneven breakup, then that uneven heartbreak idea wouldn't make as much sense when you finally hear that line. But since the lyric was cleverly crafted and well positioned, we end up with a fresh new look on this old idea. So it should also be noted that there's this double meaning happening with the whole break-even concept, in that, you know, we talked about the main idea already, but keep in mind that breaking even can mean neither coming out ahead nor losing, sort of like in gambling. So when he says, when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even, he's also referring to the fact that he didn't break even, but he lost. So added points there for double meaning. And then just a little bit of homework for you to help you out with this concept. I mean, I recommend that you write out a list of 5 to 10 cliche phrases. So once you do that, then see if you can come up with a new way to spin them by setting them up differently with the lines that you add either before or after them. And then at that point, you can craft your own favorite one after doing that exercise into a song. So give that a shot and see what happens. And also, if you're looking for a lot more information on improving your lyrics and lyric writing techniques, I've got a couple of lyric writing cheat sheets that I really think will help you out. I put a link for those below this video, so make sure to grab those there before you leave. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.